With social media, you know, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. But for running, it's an incredible tool because you can build a brand for yourself and you can communicate it to the masses without having to actually create, you know, a paper and do your whole mail campaign, which I'm sure we can get into later on if people have questions about putting together a mail campaign and a ground team and all of that. But if you're not already piped into social media and you've resisted it because you don't like it, your kids are on it, or for whatever reason, you have to get over that. And you have to embrace the social media because that is really it's a very, very, very inexpensive tool that you can use to build your brand and to get your message out. I highly recommend that you work with your local colleges or universities and you try and find students who are involved in political science who are willing to be volunteers on your campaign that can come on board and just be your social media digital person. And students are wonderful resources. They're full of energy and life and they need the experience. They want to be able to put that on their resume and you need them because you may not know how to do it as well as them. That Sarah Truby, who's sitting in the back here, is a grad student at USC and my right-hand person. And she's tweeting and doing whatever she's doing right now all about this. You might be thinking, okay, I've made the decision to run. I've really taken a close look at my network, my contacts, and I believe I can raise the $50,000 that it's going to take for me to run, or the $100,000, depending on what you're running for. I can do that. Okay, check. I've contacted the local schools and gotten some volunteers to get on board with my campaign. Check. What do I do? Where do I go now? Do I hire a political consultant to come on board and put together a mail plan for me? You know, look, if you're running for judge and it's a judicial race, the mail plan, like in Los Angeles, the only way to do a judicial race is to get on a slate card. It's old-fashioned, and I know you're all sitting here thinking, slate cards, I throw those things out. That's the only way to go for that particular race. You're running for water board, it's going to be a different kind of campaign that you're going to assemble. So you need to get familiar with the seat you're running for, you know, the constituents, the demographics, and you do need to hire, unless you've got someone very close to you who knows how to put together a mail campaign and a field campaign, you're going to have to retain someone, and that costs money. Again, going back to the money. You need to get very, very comfortable shoes because most elections really come down to the old basic knocking on doors. It is a ground game. I can't tell you how many campaigns, even in large communities like Los Angeles, where there's a huge mail campaign, but it came down to the candidate and the candidate's surrogates knocking on doors. Again, you may be thinking, she's crazy. That sounds so dated. Really? Do people still do that? Yes, people do still do that. And I have to share with you some stories that are not always pleasant to hear, especially for our women here. You are going to knock on doors, and like I did, and you're going to maybe have your handout piece of literature with you, and you're going to have a family picture on it. In my case, it was myself, my husband, my 3 kids. And, you got these 3 kids, huh? How are you going to be a council member and also take care of those 3 kids of yours? I'm not making this up. Literally had people say that to me at the door. In this day and age, okay, you're going to have to be prepared for that. A friend of mine was running for a small city, Lakewood, down in Los Angeles. Her husband refused to be in a family picture. Okay, that was his thing. He didn't want to do it. She too had small little children. So the family picture was her and her 3 little children.
Yeah, no husband.
What did you say?
You have no husband.
That is appalling, right? So what would be my first response? And so he says to me, because I'm out there walking for her, he said, "Where's her husband?" I said, "He's not in the photograph." You know, I was so taken aback. So then is she gay?
Yeah.
Are you? I mean, really? what is the matter with these people? You know, is she gay? Where's the husband? And the same thing. How's she going to do this job with these 3 young children? So if you don't believe that sexism is alive in politics, and you just think we've all come a long way, baby, and it's not there, when you get on the ground and you actually get out there and walk in these communities and knock on these doors, you will experience it, I guarantee you. And again, just look at what's going on with Hillary Clinton, and whether you believe it or not, you know, she's being told she comes across aggressive and yeah, what was the word they used? She screeched. Shrill. Okay. Wouldn't that, see, because if she were a man, wouldn't that be, he's aggressive, he's gonna go, because no one is shrilling more than Bernie or Donald. They're screaming at us, and they're aggressive, and they're gonna be our commander. And so it might be nuanced, and it may not be so blatant, and so people are like, oh, that's ridiculous, Robin. That doesn't exist. It exists. So you have to just, you know, have a really thick skin, and you have to not buy into whatever this person's crazy is, and when they, you know, make those questions about how you're gonna raise your family, that's none of their business, okay? That's your business, that's your job. You're there knocking on their door to talk about their community and what you believe you can bring to the community to bring value and to make a difference. And you need to just believe in that and not get caught up in that noise. A lot of my women friends have been torn down, and it takes a toll on a candidate in your soul. You were in this spiritual, beautiful place where it's all about creative thought and everything. Okay, out there, that's why this is a safe space, but that's not how it's going to be out there, and you have to be prepared for that. I am so proud when I come and speak to people and I see a room like this, and I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged by all your beautiful smiles and the fact that you want to make a difference in your community. And I feel terrible when that beautiful energy and the smile and the willingness to make a difference is squashed by bad negative and by people with bad negativity. Do not let them bring you down. You can make a difference. You have every right to run. Every right to run. You are as ready as you need to be. You just need the tools. You need to be smart. You need to be savvy. You need to own your story and why you're running. And the more authentic you are and genuine you are, the more likable you're going to be to your constituents, and it's going to shine through. Because I am all about filling that pipeline. I'm all about gender equity and gender parity in all levels of government. So thank you for running. Thank you for inviting me to be here today with you.